Hey everybody, welcome to Comedy is Fun Live. How are you doing tonight? Yes! Yes! Oh, thank you so much. That's enough. Okay, cool. Seriously, save some applause for the other people. They're very funny. We're going to have so much fun. My name's David Kopp. I am the guy who runs the Kelowna comedy scene, and tonight, this is a big dream of ours coming true right here at Shaw Cable Studios. And we're making a TV show. It's awesome. Yeah, we're making a TV show. This is incredible. This is incredible. For years, literally for years, the Kelowna comedy scene has been growing and growing and growing. This is sort of the final step that I see. After this, it's over. We're doing... This is going to be so much fun. Tonight, you are going to see 4 of the top comics from right here in the Okanagan Valley. They are hilarious. They're going to be showing off their best jokes. And hopefully some of this material will end up, who knows? Who knows where it'll go? Who knows what they'll do? These people have so much potential. It's incredible. I am so excited to be here. And we've even assembled an audience, in-house audience of about 15 of you, 12. Just because I want to closely resemble the audience at home. Okay, so this has been a lot of fun. My name's Dave, and of course I grew up here in the Okanagan. Can you believe that?
What?
Oh, you can. All right. Yeah, I grew up here. I grew up in Summerland, and it was a real thrill for me. And you know, the Okanagan is incredible. People come visiting from all over the place. We got do wine tours. You guys ever do that? This is a big thing. By the way, if you haven't been on a wine tour lately, I'll just let you know what it's all about. This is all you do. You just follow around some guy, and he's like, oh yeah, this is where we put it before we put it over here. And then if you follow me over here, this is where we put it after we put it over there. It's like, and there's always some guy there like, oh yeah, I can totally put it over there. It's like a room full of people pretending to like the taste of oak. You ever had an oak-flavored Slurpee? No, you haven't, because oak's gross. Yeah, exactly. But that's what people like to do. And we're getting close to Christmas now. That's exciting. Hey, who's excited for Christmas? Who's pretending to be excited for Christmas? All right. Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah, I don't know about you, but have you ever done this? Have you ever looked, like put away a Christmas present, just hide it somewhere, but then you find a present that you forgot you hid in the same spot last year? Yeah, I did that this year. It's fine. My nephew doesn't want a puppy anymore anyway, so it's no big deal. It's no big deal. This is great. I got a beard. I'm going to be Santa this year. You know, we're filming. It's like what, December 4th, but I got like 25 days. 25 days to fill this thing out. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's working for me? It used to be. It's like a trendy thing now. It used to be the only time anyone had a beard like this was if they were homeless or couldn't afford a razor. You know? Now everyone's got one. And I don't know who will kiss me on the mouth for a cheeseburger. I don't know who did. Actually, I do. I know exactly who will do it. It's your first comic. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are in for such a treat. This young lady, she just got off a tour of Vancouver where she hit up, I think, at least 6 different shows, and she was a star in each of them. She's brilliant. You're going to love her. Please put your hands together for the very funny Emily Woods.
Hello! Hi, everybody! I'm so happy to be doing this. Dave is like the dad I never had. It's so kind. You know how they say, like, oh, you have the face for radio. I have the legs for pants. I have such a confusing body type. Like, I'm seeing what you're all seeing right now. And this is me in a tight top with a bra that adds 3 inches, you know? I have, like, the chest of a 12-year-old boy before he hit puberty, but, like, the bottom of a girl in the Middle Ages who would have been sold for so much money because of her great birthing hips, you know? I could give birth to such a good baby, but it wouldn't get any food. Like, it would die instantly. If you couldn't tell, I'm lonely. That's usually how it goes. People look at me and they know two things. She's lonely and she goes to drama school. And it's like, you're right about both of those. So I'm in this state right now where I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man. It's very invigorating. I'm doing what I want. So I've started taking myself out on self-dates, which is what they tell you to do when you're lonely. I'll take myself out to a show, such as this one. I'm at a place in my life right now where the Will and Grace reboot is the best thing that's happened to me in a while. And I wasn't even around for the first Will and Grace. I was living in England the last year, and we would go out to the crazy British clubs. It's insane. And one night my friends went, we're going to take some party enhancers. And I was like, okay. So we're there, and they're like, okay, Emily, it's going to kick in an hour. And I was like, okay. And an hour hits, and they look at me, and they're like, are you feeling it? And I was like, no. And I went home, and I researched it, and it turned out that these party enhancers and antidepressants cancel each other out. So I was in the club having a depressive episode. I was like, why did my dad leave me? Why can't I form an emotional bond? I looked over at the window, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty high. Maybe I can jump. When my sister came out to my family, my mother, as a good Albertan mother would, said, well, have you tried going on any dates with boys before? And she said, well, yeah, I did, but he thought that 2 episodes of Friends was enough foreplay and tried to have sex with me. And I was like, I don't know about you, Melanie, but I'm ready to go after the first. Thank you guys so much. I'm Emily.
That was Emily Woods, everybody. Very funny, future star. Yeah, that was terrific, eh? That was really fun. Emily's mom's here. That's nice, eh? Did you like that? That was really good, talking about all kinds of stuff. A little bit. I get it. Dating's hard, dating's pretty tough. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I think I'm gonna give up. You know why? It's over. It's over. I peaked. It's done. It's done. This show, that's enough. You know what? Let's get your next comic on here. This guy's hilarious. You're going to love him. This guy's toured all over. He went up to Prince George. He was just at Sonar nightclub, and tonight he's here for you. Please give it up for Caleb Campbell.
Thank you, Dave. Oh, that was really nice. It's great to be here for all your guys and your moms. How's it going? Anyways, pretty good. Anyways, that's good. Anyways, you know what I like to do in Kelowna? I like to take my dog for a walk down the Mission Park Greenway. I think that's really nice. But I also think that they need to change the laws around here because I think it's unfair that I have to clean up after my dog while people on horses can just walk down for 200 meters, just dropping giant logs all over the path. They should have to get off their high horse, shovel it into a bag, or at least have a peasant follow you around, right? It's 2017. Be a responsible horse owner and get a peasant. I want to get a horse. My friend, I lost my license at the bottom of a bottle, and all my friends were like, dude, you should get a scooter. That way you can drive yourself to shows in the wintertime, like through January and February, over the Coquihalla on your scooter. I was like, I hate you guys. Then I was like, why don't I just get a horse, like old school, like the original self-driving car? You know what I mean? How great would that be? Just be after the bar, just flop over your horse, like, you know where the water is, Charlie. Take me home. I love it. If I got pulled over, they'd be like, have you been drinking? I'd be like, yes, I have. But Charlie here is stone sober, aren't you, Charles? No, he can't blow. Don't blow in there, Charlie. Oh, man. I was thinking about cars and the future. And I was thinking, like, my friends think self-driving cars is going to just be the greatest drunken utopia for everybody. They're like, dude, we seriously have no reason to ever be sober again. And I think I don't know. Technology never works as good as you want it to when it first comes out, right? Like, I'll be drunk after the bar and I'm trying to like talk to this car. I don't know if I want chili or a Big Mac. It's like driving to Chilliwack. Like, no. Yeah, I'm in Chilliwack again. Not gonna make it. Oh man, I'd love to have a horse. Be late for work. You'd be like, sorry, no, I had horse problems. Yeah. Coworkers would be like, did you give it an apple? Like, of course I gave it an apple. I gave it 2 apples and a carrot. I wouldn't get back up. Just made a weird smell and crapped out on the side of the road. So I still talk to my ex-girlfriend all the time because she's a sweetheart. And then she says something so dumb that I remember why we broke up, and we all feel better about it. She's like one of those great, like super uber positive people, which is nice because I'm really super uber negative. So she'll say things like, yeah, don't worry, like the universe has your back, everything happens for a reason. And then I get so annoyed, I'm like, did you grow up in a Lululemon bag? Like none of that stuff is true. Then she'd be like, yes it is, Caleb. Do you know how I know? Because if everything didn't happen for a reason, then why was there a civil war in Nicaragua where my parents had to flee, take jobs they were way overqualified for, work really hard to put me and my sisters through college where we would eventually meet? Everything happens for a reason. And I was like, that is one of the most selfish things I've ever heard in my life. You truly believe that there was a civil war where thousands of people died so we could meet? Like, I like to imagine they had some guy strapped to a chair, surrounded by like his family members all tied up. And they're just beating him with bats, stinging him with scorpions. And they're like, do you know why we're doing this to you? And he's like, because I oppose tyranny and I stand up for the Nicaraguan people. They're like, no, it's so Caleb and Gloria can date for 2 years. And he'll break up with her for no reason. Regret it forever. All right, thanks a lot, you guys.
That was Caleb Campbell, everybody. Caleb Campbell. Oh my God. Yes. You are literally seeing some of the best comics in the Okanagan Valley. If you like what you see, come check out a show. Just go see live comedy. There's comedy all over the city, and it's fantastic, all over the valley. And now, coming up, next to the stage, one of the brilliant headliners here in the local scene. Please give it up for the very funny Andrew Crone.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you all so much. Oh, so good to be here in front of all of you. All of you. Love it. I was kind of nervous getting ready for this. I was like, I'm going to be on TV. I want to make sure I look cool. So I put on this sweater. Didn't work, did it? I don't look cool at all. I just realized, when I got here, I was like, nah, it's not. That's the opposite of cool sweater. I don't think there's any such thing as a cool sweater now that I'm starting to say it out loud. I just and they're like, ignore the cameras. But it's like there's 1, 2, 3 like Star Wars aliens just staring right at me right now. Like, zoom in on this blemish also, camera 2, right there. The one I got like just this morning, just for this thing. Yeah, zoom in on that. Love it. Been having a pretty good week. Got a call from my older brother. He's gonna be having a kid, which is super exciting. I'm gonna be an uncle. Yeah. Thank you. But then he also asked me to be the godfather of his kid as well. So yeah, that was the face I made. I was like, what? So like, if he dies and his girlfriend dies, then the baby goes to me. Like, I just told him straight up, I was like, Michael, I'm 25 years old. I don't want your hand-me-downs anymore. I'm over it. I don't want them. I don't know. I don't have any kids, but I had kind of a cute encounter today. It was also kind of depressing. This little kid came up to me. He's like, hey, mister, I have a bank account now. It has $10 in it. And I just looked at him right in the eyes. I was like, yeah, me too. It sounds about right, yeah. Get used to it, kid. Pensions are all gone. They're washed up. I'm not really sure how pensions work also, by the way. I'm not really a money guy, as you would call them. Quick round of applause if you've ever been caught smelling your fingers in public before. Let's hear it. Yeah? All of you, huh? Wow, weird. Well, there is only like 10 of you, so I guess it does make it kind of a... All of them. Is this a finger smeller convention or something? What's going on here? What did I stumble to? I was caught also. I was in the middle of the grocery store. I was in the bakery aisle, and I smelled marijuana. And I was like, that's not what the bakery aisle is supposed to smell like. I've been here before. But then I remembered that also I like to smoke a little bit of marijuana every once in a while, every day. So maybe it was me who just smelled. So I started smelling my fingers right there as hard as I could in the middle of the bakery. I'll just... Is it me? Oh, I can't tell. It's super dank. I don't know. And I'm doing this right as the oldest lady on the planet comes around the corner and catches me. She's like, oh my. I'm just like... We lock eyes. We're staring at each other for what seems like hours, days. And days turned into weeks. And weeks turned into months. And months into years. And years into decades. And decades turned into centuries. And centuries turned into whatever comes after centuries. And finally, the lady's like, I'm too high for this. And she just walks away. What? That's crazy. I'll tell one more and I'll get out of here. I made a sweet, sweet love to a lady recently. Gave her like 800 orgasms or whatever. Thank you. One guy over there. It was him. It was that guy. Afterwards, we're spooning and she leans over to me and she goes, you have to stop breathing on my head. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I can't sleep if you're breathing on my head. I was like, oh, well, I can't sleep if I'm not breathing, so that sucks for you, I guess. You take first watch. I'll wake me in 8 hours. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
Andrew Crone, everybody. The very funny Andrew Crone. Yes. Talking about old people. You know, you guys notice how old people always have those sayings they have to say, like, all the time, you know? Like, just yesterday, my grandpa's like, will somebody please feed me? Cliche. All right, your next comic, this guy, you can see him on Just for Laughs Northwest in the spring. He's hilarious. Please give it up for the very funny Kyle Paton.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Good to be here, huh? New Year coming up. Can't wait for that. Hey? Hey, can't wait for that. I think about my new resolution. My last resolution I couldn't do. I was like, you know what? This is the year 2017. I'm not gonna have any more salsa in my bed. It's crazy. I couldn't even do it. You know. I still would eat nachos in bed. And instead, I just bought red sheets. You know. I was like, if I can't see it, it doesn't happen. Then my room is so messy, it's insane. It's so messy. It's so specifically messy just for me. And I just watched a commercial, and this guy, he also had a messy room, and he got a girl home. It was a one-night stand, and she was like, "Oh, this is so gross." And then he was like, "Oh, think, Rob," and he took a piece of like gum. It was like a gum commercial, and he was like, "Oh, whoa, I was robbed." And she was like, "Oh my God," and they had a big hug, and it was really nice. And I could never do that for my room. You know, if I brought a girl home and she'd see it, she'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'd be like, "Oh, man, burglars. They just came in here and they just left A&W all over the bed." Yeah, looks like there were 2 or 3 of them because that's a lot of tears on the pillow. Let's get them next time. I don't know. I'm a single fella, living in the city, love it so much, feeling pretty good. My roommate, he just got a girlfriend, and he's super cocky about it, and he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, Kyle, I wish that I was single like you, because you being single, you could date anybody." That's like going up to a homeless guy being like, "You could live anywhere." "You could live anywhere, you stupid homeless man." He's like, "No, I can't." It's like, "You could live in a castle." He's like, "I'm addicted to crack." And I don't know what you're talking about. It's nice to be on TV. This is actually a really special moment for me to like be televised and stuff. And I just, gonna get serious. I just had some stuff that camera one. You're looking at me. Okay, this is just some stuff written for my mom and dad. So Mom and Dad. Who's a loser now? Huh? You never believed in me, you fudge makers. Ooh, making fudge all the time, you idiots. I'm not a clown. I'm a word warrior. Yeah, and also it's called a swimmer's body. Camera 2. Tiffany. Look at me now, you stupid idiot. Oh, making fudge like it's your day job. I'm not weird, and I broke up with you. Rob's my best friend. You didn't have to date him after me. And camera 3. Rob, it's cool, dude. We were cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, here's some questions. You just went on tour.
I guess you could call it that.
I am.
Okay.
So, and how was it described? What's it like doing comedy on the road as compared to Kelowna?
It's wild, you know. It's a different scene. I experienced a lot more women in comedy, which was right. It was interesting, and it was really exciting for me and empowering. It made me have hope, and I had a good time, and I really liked the community I was surrounded by. Not that I don't like Kelowna.
It just sounds like you went to like a woman empowerment camp or something like that.
That's what Vancouver is, really.
It is?
A little bit.
All right, count me out.
I was
Okay.
on commercial drive, so.
Oh, really? I have no idea what that is. Okay. How would you describe your ideal audience?
My ideal audience, middle-aged women. Yeah. Yeah, easy.
Also, my ideal date. No, seriously, I really like it. Okay, your next question. What do you do when you get scared on stage? So many people want to know. What do you do when you get scared on stage?
Oh, it's kind of like a physical thing I do. I just start making noises. I'm like, and then I'll like squat on the stage and I'll be like, like I genuinely do that. And I don't know why. It's just kind of that's my fear reaction. You know, you have fight or flight. I have like fight or squat. Yeah.
This is Caleb Campbell. This guy is a veteran of the scene. How long have you been doing comedy in Kelowna?
Quite some, since I was like 19, so like 10 years. Yeah. We can get 2 mics.
I know. Okay, so what do you like so much about stand? What has kept you doing it for so long?
That is a very good question, Dave. It's fun. When you do well, it's fun. So sometimes it's fun for me, you know? And I make like a different weird group of friends that would have never made if I didn't do comedy, you know? It's like the most eclectic group of weirdos. Some of my best friendships come from comedy, so that's probably the other reason.
Would you consider me your friend?
I know that we sometimes go out for lunch, but it's more of a business thing.
What makes the Kelowna comedy scene so unique?
Dave Kopp. I wouldn't say it's really that unique. It's just a small, middle-sized town. Guys doing comedy. It's pretty much the same as everywhere else I've done stand-up. So, what would you say makes it?
Not what I was looking for. I'll tell you what makes it unique. There's a group of great people that support each.
Do it everywhere like that.
All right. What? You like food? What food would you say? What food is the worst, and what's the best?
Well, the worst foods are usually anything spicy because it hurts my mouth. Tastes like pain. And the best food is probably pizza or spaghetti.
Yeah, spag bowl.
Spag bowl mania, dude. I have it. I have the mania. I eat spag bowl probably like 5-6 times a week.
You heard it here, folks. Spag bowl. Thanks. Give it up for Caleb Campbell. Give it up for Caleb.
This woman, you couldn't even take off your winter jacket to be here. They're doing plans of the audience, and you're sitting there in your winter jacket, ready to go the whole time. What's the next question?
Thanks for being so candid, by the way. I think this is real good stuff. what would you say how would you describe your average week of doing Kelowna comedy?
Oh, I don't know. I'll say this: I'm tired all the time, and you do comedy in Kelowna, or you watch comedy in Kelowna, it drains you. You don't have a good time. It's great. It's fun. Honestly, I think everybody should try stand-up comedy. You should. We need more women, apparently. So, I'm kidding. It's great, and all the shows are fun as well. You know.
What inspires your act? Because you don't do jokes. How would you describe what you do?
Interesting. Some would argue that I do jokes, and some people, not me, others, say that I do even more jokes than the rest of them.
And this is a question I want you all in the audience to think about it as well. Okay? Star Wars or Die Hard? What's a better movie?
I am quitting comedy, I think. Because you have to deal with these kind of things, and then you have Dave every day. But Dave rings. Oh, I'm 37, you know. I know, you know, and it's hard for me. I'm 22 years old, and I have to baggage already, you know.
Thanks, everybody, for checking out our show. We hope you had a good time. If you liked it, message me on Facebook. Come be in the audience. Let's do this again soon. Good night.